I sat down and derived an equation which defined the lift slopes of the front and rear half of the ring necessary to give perfectly balanced flight. I could have stopped after that ring because it worked pretty well, but once I had the pathway to stable flight, I was interested in exploring the details of it.
It's that inquisitive spark that really inspires us to keep pushing forward, to try to come up with something that's going to be creative and better for patients.
Alan, on behalf of Stanford, thank you so much. We welcome your remarks.
My goal was to make a difference. And I was aware of the fact that ocular cancer, ocular oncology was not supported by NIH because it was too rare. I was motivated to make a difference there.
Eye cancer, thankfully, is fairly rare, but it can be devastating. Unfortunately, in rare diseases, it's hard to bring together the funding resources. NIH funding, foundation funding, these are important, but really only begin to scratch the surface of what needs to be done in these important areas.
Some of the other work that got started because of my wife Irene in uterine cancer falls into the same area. She had uterine cancer and took a great liking to Dr. Brooke Howitt.
A lot of my research focuses on women's cancers as well as rare cancers, and the research specifically in endometrial cancer is remarkably understudied and underfunded when you look at the prevalence of endometrial cancer.
We have so much in terms of insights and ideas and tools. What we need are resources to be able to bring each of those promising things to the clinic for study.
Meanwhile, I discovered that I had an ocular melanoma, which is a malignant tumor in my eye. I was told by several people that the man in ocular cancer was Dr. Prithvi Maruthianjaya at Stanford. I met him because he was treating me, and I said to him one day, could you use some support for your research?
The Adlers invited me to their lovely home to talk about my vision for the research that their initial gifts were supporting. I had the opportunity to share a cup of tea with Mrs. Irene Adler, who unfortunately has passed. That conversation with her and Alan was something I will not forget.
Meanwhile, Irene also became aware of two other researchers at Stanford who were developing a very interesting kind of immunotherapy.
You know, Crystal, I remember very well that we talked to the two of them by Zoom during the holidays in 2022.
The first gift, actually, that they gave me was to support the purchase of an instrument that has allowed me to do single-cell transcriptomics and single-cell proteomics. And then additional support has allowed me to hire staff and purchase reagents and to clinically annotate all of the tumors that I'm studying. And we're just about to get our first big paper out on uterine carcinosarcoma, which is entirely due to the support of the Adlers.
Philanthropy is an absolutely essential piece of this journey of making the fundamental discoveries and advancing those and bringing those to patients, that transition between fundamental science and clinical application.
We think that cell-based immunotherapies hold promise for ovarian cancer. Today, we don't have any immunotherapies for this disease. The trial that Oliver and I launched with the support from the Adlers uses cells from a patient with ovarian cancer that are engineered to express a synthetic receptor that allows the immune cell to target the tumor. And once it identifies the tumor, it expands, it divides, it kills the tumor, and it can persist for a long time. That's the essence of cellular immunotherapy for cancer.
Dr. Jeff Goldberg suggested that we could start Alan Adler Center for Ocular Oncology. cancer, I like the fact that it's probably going to attract brilliant people from all over the world who are working in this field.
We've been able to do a certain kind of research that nobody else was doing, and the findings are amazing, totally unexpected, and I think incredibly impactful. So if you really want to understand a cancer, you usually want to grab a piece of that tissue. But what we found is that instead of going to the operating room, working with Prithvi, we can collect eye fluid from his patients. We can bring them across town to the laboratory. We can see the entire molecular biology. And this opens up the front to understanding what is that cancer, why is it cancerous, and how can we better treat it?
Another reason that it's really important to have this center at the Byers Eye Institute is that there is a unique opportunity to bridge what we learn in pediatric cancer with what we learn in adult cancer.
It is wonderful to be able to share the progress in all of our research projects with Alan, and he gets it.
When I heard about these breakthroughs that these people are making, it was just thrilling.
Alan and I talk about this a lot, the impact that he's had on my research.
All of these opportunities really don't happen if it weren't for the Adlers asking, "Are you doing any research?" The answer was yes.